Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. In this video, we're going to be doing the review for the Walking Dead comic book series, issue 107, which was released yesterday. Alright, so another month, another issue of The Walking Dead. Went by pretty quick. I mean, geez, we got the show going, and now we get a comic book issue of the comic book. Just all kinds of Walking Dead goodness. So this one's going to be for issue 107. As we left off from issue 106, there was a pretty good cliffhanger, and this review will contain spoilers. So anybody who's worried about that, you may want to read it and then watch the review later. As I said, last month's issue 106, I thought was fantastic. You can watch my review for it if you want to hear what I thought about it. And we left sort of on a cliffhanger note. We didn't know what was going to happen with Carl, what kind of state he was in, what Negan was going to do for punishment to him for Carl attacking him and trying to kill him with that Abraham's M16, which was lots of fun, of course. So the issue starts off super exciting, and we get to see an actual fist fight between Rick and Negan, and Rick does get the surprise shot on him because he emotionally loses his cool, goes after Negan, is worried about Carl and what Negan's done to him, and gets some good shots in. Pretty good shots, some good knees. And the best part of it has to be the bite. I mean, Rick has become a great biter when it comes to fighting, constantly biting people. I mean, he's lost his right hand, so I guess it makes sense he's going to have to adapt his fighting style, and biting is certainly something he's taken on and using pretty well. When he bit Negan, I laughed my ass off. As soon as I read it or saw it, I just laughed my ass off. And then, of course, Negan responds like, "Did you effing bite me?" You know, it's just great. So, which of course he did. And then we find out that Negan actually hasn't done anything to Carl at all. And basically goes back on and just says that he's effing with Rick, which I thought was weird. I thought he was going to make Carl cross-dress. I thought that would have been the best for the situation. Maybe better than what did happen. But hey, what are you going to do? Negan's always messing around. So, you know, it's within character for him to say, "Oh, I meant to say that I didn't do anything to him." Yada, yada. Okay, whatever. Could have been handled a little better, I guess, but it was okay, whatever. So Carl's okay, comes back with Rick. Rick kind of calms down a little bit, but gives him, as Negan calls it, stink eye. This is pretty funny. It just all kinds of things Negan says in this issue are really, really funny. Going on from there, Negan kind of explains that he, with jokes added in between, that he is pretty reasonable, and he sort of treats his bat, which he calls Lucille, if you guys haven't been following, as if Lucille has a personality of her own, as he puts it. Like he's one person and Lucille has another personality. And she's not reasonable. So that's pretty funny. Also, he mentions that Rick made him put Lucille on the ground or drop Lucille. And she's like an American flag, which is a no-no. You don't do that. Again, more funny stuff. But all in all, to wrap it up, just basically Rick gets Carl back, and then Negan explains that he can be reasonable, but he has strict rules, guidelines that you have to live within. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be nasty. So we finish that up, and he also calls Michonne a woman. Pretty quick. Stand down, woman. That was pretty funny, too. Then, of course, he leaves, and everything kind of cools down a bit. Very exciting part leading up through 106 into that. And then we see everything kind of starts to come back down to normal, sort of, you know, in terms of suspense and all that. We switch over to Eugene, who we haven't seen for a while. And he finally, in the comic book series, has done something useful. Can you believe it? I can't. You know, all this time he's been there. He's been a character since so early on. And he hasn't done anything useful. Finally, he's about to do something useful. He's going to be able to cast bullets. Very good. Something that we were kind of talking about a long time ago in the reviews is that maybe if Rick can cast bullets and Negan does not have a lot of gunpowder, or gunpowder? I don't know. Guns, firearms, you know, power. Then if he's just using manpower with hand-to-hand weapons and all that kind of stuff and doesn't actually have a lot of ammunition, has run out of ammunition over time. Even though Rick is outnumbered, he may be able to steamroll him if he could come in with a lot of ammunition and take him out. Also, we find out from, Rick sort of through Carl that Negan may not have as many fighters as it seems. Like he says, you're surrounded by 50 men. Yeah, but a lot of those men, most of them don't have guns. I looked at the pictures of Charlie Adler's work, and only a few of them had guns, and they didn't look like they were automatics or anything like that, or semis. They were just like rifles and shit like that, which is not bad. I mean, that's good too, but the fact that Negan may only have about 50 fighters or so, or 60 fighters, something like that, and Rick could have an advantage if he gets ammunition, has a lot of it, and goes on the offensive with a good amount of fighters. So there's that part there with Eugene. We get to hear that. We also see a quick glimpse of maybe Rosita and Holly competing again, now that Abraham's gone, for Eugene. Which would be weird, but funny, good for Eugene. That's great, But it'd be weird to see them do that again. But it looks like that might be where Kirkman's going with it. I think it probably is. And then after that, let's see. We get a scene with Michonne going after Heath. It was pretty funny, but it didn't work this time. Good for him, standing up for himself and respecting himself, as well as who's he with? Is it Denise? I had to look that one up. Just forget, because there's so many things going on. You got the television series at a certain part, then the comic book series at a different part, so sometimes I forget certain little things like that. So there's that, and then we end up with Rick talking with Jesus about whatever's, all the things with Negan. They're kind of thinking about it, and then Jesus decides it is time that he introduces Rick to Ezekiel. And if you guys remember, I did a sort of a quick video just talking about the cover for 108. On the front of 108, we get to see Ezekiel, and he has a tiger. It's pretty cool. He looks like the guy from Predator 2. The evil, well, he's not really, I guess he was kind of evil. He's like the leader of like this voodoo like gang inside the city. The Predator hunts him down and takes him out. It's a great movie, Predator 2. I like it a lot. Anyway, so there's that. So overall, great issue. I'm going to give it a perfect score, 10 out of 10. Thought it was really good because the suspense at the beginning was great to see how that all got resolved. It got resolved in a pretty damn good way. Then we have some good plot development with Eugene getting the bullets started, and then a little bit of character-on-character action with Holly and Rosita possibly going at it. Jesus going to be introducing Rick to Ezekiel, and Heath being loyal to Denise. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Should have my review for The Walking Dead, The Governor Special, coming up pretty soon. We'll see how that one turns out, because I haven't read it yet. So we'll see. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. By the way, let me know what you thought about this issue, and any predictions for Ezekiel and what he's going to be like. Write them in the comments. I'll say it again. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev. Saying peace.